Nova Psalm, Chapter 1. In the end, as with Lot's wife. Genesis 19, verses 17 through 26. As the British elections results are reaffirming, human nature remains in a characteristic glacier, consisting for its yearning for tangible trappings over the abstract hopes, even if the results end up similar to Lot's wife. As with Lot's wife, a due or more contemporary Edith, speaking of visions of Edith Bunker of All in the Family's iconic role, or like the crowds on the original Good Friday, who voiced their support for the person of their credo, Barabbas. People will gravitate figuratively and literally to the familiar, which gives the least and the most expedient path to their habits for comfort, than to regimens that are new and alien to their way. And here's a thing of Bojo, aka Boris Johnson, and how he flipped the labor strongholds. Continuing with the way Bojo flipped the former labor strongholds away from that were away from the metropolitan areas, not because of his character, but more for the known consequences of his platform, in contrast to Jeremy Corbyn's more abstract change to new institutional operations, no matter how platitudinously benevolent they were in the abstract. I perceive the cultural demographics of Britain are similar to U.S. demographics.
I truly believe
the metro versus the rural. Viewing the 2016 map, electoral map by where the votes were as far as Republican and Democrat as they were on the map, and then adjusting that map for the population centers and how distorted it would be. Thus, Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren are chancing that the momentum for structural change would be greater than the status quo resistance for things that exist in a more augmented, privileged priority, similar to the past legacy narratives. See link. At the same time, Joe Biden and Pete Buttigieg, who are presently dominating moderate center, appeal to a return to some aesthetic of past normalcy, that also would seem to run counter to the partisan angst of both the agitated right and left. By electoral college demographics, the right is more diversely concentrated in more states than the metro-situated left, meaning they would have the electoral advantage from their Senate seats. On top of that, there are the apolitical sociopaths, as noted by the news reports of merchandise thefts at Home Depot, and those that I can give general anecdotal confirming knowledge of, such as the occurrences of other big box stores by organized theft rings. See the link. And those organized rings going back over 10 years ago out in the heartland country. These thieves see their theft as part of the big box stores' projected and expected loss of merchandise, plus that their nickel and dime larceny is not even a pinprick on the individual stores or its corporation's bottom line. see the link below. By the recent news reports, there are those who see the contrast between their state of destitution and the wealth of the stores as a green light to steal from the excess to deal with the privations of non-skilled labor, on-call labor for such quick money. These operators exist by the direct knowledge in white communities of low wage, non-skilled labor. I would suspect that this demographic, no matter what race, would have little interest in either social change or its stasis, since they exist for whatever transactional exploitation they can accomplish. This group might be part of the numbers of those who not only do not and would not vote, since they have dropped out of the formal statistical matrix that is reported and ballyhooed by the establishment media as part of a big box store's projected and expected less, plus that their nickel and dime larceny is not even pinprick of individual stores or its corporation's bottom line. If you appreciate these thoughts, then leave a donation to show your appreciation for this work. That will be graciously accepted at that PayPal link below. Nova Sam.